everybody. Joe Van Doren here, and welcome to our Virtues Pick for this morning. It's Tuesday morning. It's a beautiful day. And we have a great word today, one that we all appreciate, and that virtue that we have today is sincerity. So let's read the description first, and then we'll discuss it a little bit. Sincerity is being open and genuine. Our words and actions reflect a truthful heart. People can trust what we mean, what we say, and let's do that again. People can trust that we mean what we say and we say what we mean. When we are sincere, our actions come from a pure intent. We give for the sake of giving. We are transparently truthful. We don't do things to impress others. We have no need to deceive or pretend to be something we are not. We know it is enough simply to be ourselves. I think it's a beautiful thing when we have the sort of confidence and feelings of worthiness about ourselves that we can simply be ourselves, that we don't have a public face and a private face. We don't have one face for our family and one face for our work and a different face for, when we're out with friends. I guess that's really what sincerity is all about, right? It's about being open. It's about being who you are, about being true to yourself. And to do that, it really does require that we take some time to meditate, to open ourselves up to who we truly are. And I guess it kind of begs the question, how do we know? Because we have so many influences in our life that kind of guide us or move us in certain directions. And the question might come up, or it has for me anyways, how do I know who I truly am? How do I know that I am being true to myself? And I would just say that the most important thing to think about, or to kind of measure, is how do you feel? So when you're talking in a certain way, how does that make you feel? Do you feel like you're being truthful, or do you have that little twinge inside of you that kind of says, that's not really who you are. You're putting on airs, or you're acting in an angry way that's not your true self. That's not how you want to be. That's not how you hope others are to you. That's not how your very inner being is seeing this other person. It's not how the source of life and the universe sees other people. And so your anger, your disappointment, your frustration, and all those things are, just simply not you. And when you're not feeling good about yourself, when you have those bad feelings, it's a pretty good sign that you're not being completely 100% true to yourself and sincere. And so it's something that I've been working on now for almost 2 years. And I really didn't grow into it or know anything about that till I started studying just a little bit more about distorted thinking, about the law of attraction, about being true to myself. Now, why did it take me till being 67, almost 68 years old to do that? I don't know. I probably have thought about it in the past, but you have those feelings that you just aren't true to. And so, that's one. I'm working on a new course right now on self-care, and that'll be followed up with living your truth, because I think both of those things combined are things that are helpful in us being transparently truthful, first to ourselves, and then, of course, to our family and to others. The question then, of course, is how do we help our children to develop this virtue of sincerity? Well, I don't know about you, but I've noticed that children, when they're very young, have the tendency to speak exactly what they see, right? They're being very sincere. And of course, as adults, we tamp all that stuff down because we don't want them to be, to say things that are going to be hurtful or that might hurt someone else's feelings, right? And so sincerity is always, like all of the virtues, one of those virtues that needs to be that needs balance too. So, you can be sincere and open and truthful and transparent, but you also need to demonstrate some tactfulness and kindness, and be thinking about the honor and dignity of the other person. And when we do that, of course, that's helpful all the way around for everybody. And so, as I look at this and think about it, how do we bring out sincerity and develop sincerity in our kids? It's first always by demonstrating it ourselves and talking about it. Uh, not because kids know when we're not being truthful. They know who we are, right? They know exactly who we are. And so when they see us being out in the public and having a different face, having a different way of doing things out in the public, they know that maybe we are trying to impress someone, or that we're trying to be something or pretend to be something that we're really not. And that demonstration, gives them permission to do the same. And so that modeling of it is probably, I'm going to say, 99% of, or at least 90% of how we teach sincerity. I do think that we do need to speak about it, though, with our kids, and to see it in them and to acknowledge it in them. And we talked about that yesterday, about acknowledging the virtues that we see. So when we see our kids being open, um, and it might be in difficult situations where they're being very genuine with us and they say things to us that might make us worry about them a little bit more, but we can acknowledge in them the sincerity that they've shown, the openness, the genuine truthfulness and honesty that they've shown, and encourage it by guiding them to balance it, of course, with other virtues, but encourage that sincerity, and show appreciation for it when you see it in them. So the other thing, this just came into my mind, kids sometimes tell us things that they like and don't like, and sometimes as adults we push it off to the side. And so, I think helping them to be sincere also means accepting their feelings, and not just their emotional feelings, but their feelings about, I don't know, food, or about playing a sport, or about, doing some other activity that might be special to us, but might not mean a thing to them. So we have to acknowledge and appreciate their honesty, their openness, their sincerity, and acknowledge that in them, while guiding them at the same time to balance it with other virtues. That's probably good advice for me too, so I'm going to just put that out there. So, all right, everybody, thank you very much for being here. Spend the day. Let's focus on being sincere and open, and knowing our own worthiness, and not needing to pretend to be something that we're not. We're going to focus on that today. And until next time, until tomorrow morning, keep practicing the virtues and the 4 C's of successful families, and that is clarity, communication, consistency, and community. Until next time.